One of the worst things about arguing is that, you're just listening to someone so that you can come up with a good comeback. And it's all about protecting yourself. So it's not actually about communicating. It's about creating a wall.
The dream sequence is our way of helping couples work through being stuck in a relationship. What happens is we help them go from the defensive relationship into the give and take, the balance of giving and taking that we call relationship sanity. The dream sequence, the dream part, is actually an acronym. The D is discovery, the R is repair, interactive repair, the E is empowerment, the A is alternatives, and the M is mutuality.
There was a reason that I freaked out when we first got married, I think. Because unlocking my partner's emotions, understanding what he was maybe feeling. My joke with Vic is that I'm the closest one to him, and I barely know what the hell he's thinking or feeling.
One of the things I love about the idea of the dream sequence is the idea of dreaming. Dreaming is something we do when we're asleep. It's a creative process, it's an imaginative process, it's an immersive process, and it's a growth process. People talk about living the dream, and they dream of what they want in the future. Living the dream happens in the present, and when people are using our dream sequence, they're working in the present with each other to get to a better future and letting go of the song and dance routine of the past.
Well, I think a lot of people probably think that, not letting on about what you're feeling is the right thing to do. That you're not supposed to walk around telling everybody, oh, I'm in a bad mood today. Or, oh, I'm feeling really kind of down. It's like, hey, keep it together. Why don't you just shut your mouth and do your job and end the story. And that's what we think, at least the way I was brought up, was to be like, that's being a good guy. So if you're pissed off, at your girl, you're supposed to be like, whatever, kind of squash it, And it's only recently I realized that that's, being unfair. I think that that's a new revelation for me, is that, it's much better to tell somebody where you're at so that they know what they're working with.
The discovery part of the dream sequence is the phase in which a couple discovers that what they have done and what they've been doing is no longer working, that they've hit a wall, that something has got to change. And they make the commitment together to discovering what has been going wrong so that they can move beyond it.
The R actually begins to see the discovery of the distance and the defense of a relationship as an opportunity for two people to come together and repair what's been wrong together.
Empowerment is a crucial step in the dream sequence. People have discovered what they're dealing with. They've begun the process of interactive repair, and they're beginning to see that they're not stuck in the song and dance routines the way they were. They understand that they have a lot more options available in principle, but they feel like there's so much more that they can actually do if they put their minds together.
And what the A is the alternatives. Learning new ways of actually being with one another that do not provoke anxiety, that leave an open space in which they can, without anxiety, communicate with one another.
And that brings us back to mutuality. That pushes mutuality onto the table and allows the people to live in relationship sanity, where loving and being loved, giving and receiving start to happen on an equal and undefended balance.
Well, yeah, we do take turns speaking. I wait for Vic to finish his sentence and, using I feel instead of you are sentences, taking turns, listening to each other. And that helps. I create a space. I feel like it creates a space.
Toward positive change, as it follows on the dream sequence, is the stage in which a couple learn to be with one another, not to fix each other, but to learn how to be available for one another.
Just like a relationship requires at least two people to build and maintain, the process of working through a relationship also requires all parties involved to work toward what we call real relationship.
Yeah, and collaboration is the secret sauce of our Irrelationship model. That's what allows people to get out of the song and dance routine, this repetition that leaves them feeling isolated, alone, and broken, trying to fix one another, into real relationship where they feel a kind of a connection and a way of being together that they couldn't even imagine before.
I identified it and I said, let me say it
Yeah.
before it keeps just happening under as an undercurrent, Let me just say it. And I said, I'm feeling a little funny today because of that thing that happened this morning. You probably don't even remember it, but you grabbed the phone, made me feel kind of defiant, and now I'm just like, I'm kind of just acting pissed off.
Yeah, you said that you were annoyed with me, or
Yeah.
like you were looking at me like.
You were imposing your will on me even
Yeah.
in your sleep.
Yeah, but that you didn't like you woke up, there was a great word for it.
It's called marriage.